Alright, I know it's dark. It's 3 in the morning. We've got places to be, and I will fill you in as we get going. And should be a pretty fun adventure. Hope everybody enjoys it. Eventually we'll have light, but we gotta get going right now. So I'll see you when we get where we're headed. Alright, I know that was pretty quick and pretty vague, but I'm sure by the description of the video and the title, I have clearly made it what I'm up to. We're not remodeling the house today. I'm aware that I don't have many videos on that right now. So this is going to be a catch-all channel. Guess what? Anyway, we are on our way to a horse stable that my daughter rides at. And we are going to be helping pack up some horses and get them down to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And for those who don't know what that means it is the Morgan Nationals. So it's basically the Super Bowl for Morgan riders, Morgan owners. So we are helping get that done. When I arrived, Bert and Drake had already loaded 8 of the horses that were going. We still had 4 more to load. Any horses in the smaller barn had to be moved to the larger barn just to make it easier on those taking care of the horses while we were gone. So, pretty quick move. I did a little time lapse of moving those horses quick and loading some of the others, so hope you enjoy. And just like that, and I bet Bert wishes it was that fast, we were on the road. First fuel stop. High work. Second fuel stop. A little bit different red than I'm used to, but you know, they had diesel. I don't have any footage from our first stop to our second stop, but that was my round to drive, so know that there was a point where we left Wisconsin and we entered Iowa. Third stop, fuel for our trucks and water for our horses.
We made it. But now the real work begins. There was a team that went down before us with campers and a U-Haul, and they already unloaded a bunch of stuff, all the hay, all the feed, and already got all the stalls ready for these horses to be unloaded. Now we gotta get the horses unloaded, and after that, we gotta get everything set up. That's for another day. So enjoy us unloading these trucks and getting ready. I'll give you some B-roll of the horses too. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. It was really fun. I know 15 hours of driving can probably seem a little like not so fun, but it really was a good time. It was neat to go across so much of the country, have 4 horses behind you, and travel down to one of the biggest horse shows that there are. It's the 2025 Morgan Nationals. And if you see this and you think like, hey, I want to be a part of something like this, you can be. It's one of those things where my wife and I, we never had horses. Our families never had horses. I think maybe my grandpa did, and he had a couple horses, but they were for trail riding, not show horses. And my daughter really wanted to ride, and I said, well, let's give it a shot. And we found ourselves at this barn having a good time and really becoming part of what we call a barn family. What I think was neat, and I didn't realize it, was these events are free to attend. Obviously, the exhibitors pay to be in the event. You have to pay to stable the horses and everything. But if you're just in the general public, you can just go. If you want to go to the Morgan Nationals this weekend, just go. It's there. And it's the same for the qualifiers as well. Any event that's being held near you is free to go and just hang out and have fun and watch horses and ask questions like I do. I don't know everything. I couldn't tell you a good horse from a bad horse. I barely knew what the gaits were when we started riding, and now I at least know what a canter is versus a trot. But it still is fun, and it's cool to learn. Next week, we're going to be working on something cool. We're going to be making these horse stalls, so I kind of gave some aerial footage, if you want to call it that. You can't fly a drone in a barn with a bunch of horses. That would be a horrible idea. Don't do that. So I gave some footage from up above, and we're going to transform what looks like a bunch of stalls into honestly what I thought was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And I'll take you along for that journey. It's like 3 days of setup, so it's pretty crazy. And it's not just this barn that does it. Every barn does it, and it's 3 giant barns like this one. So stick around. I think it's pretty fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.